flies. We're back underway. McKnight charging down the front straightaway into turn number 1. There goes Charlie Schultz in the 3rd spot, trying to give chase to Doug Didero. Didero holds on to that 2nd spot. Rob Summers comes to the 4th spot. Caution flag flies. Caution flag flies in lap number 15. So the caution flag flies on lap 15.
He's still single.
Getting ready to go back to green. Dave McKnight Jr. brings him up to full song. Doug Didero in the 2nd spot. Down the front straightaway, the 8-cylinder scream. Mike Lichty gets underneath Mark Samet going into turn number 1. There goes Charlie Schultz trying to go on the outside of Doug Didero. They fly down into turn 3.
Well, a lot of times you'll try to see them diamond off in the corner, especially make the high-low switch move. They'll take it into the high and try to dive low, get the run off of the corner. Not successful that time.
No real bids for position going on out there right now. The number 9 of Bobby Santos III has caught his teammate, the 97 of Robbie Summers. Robbie Summers puts the car through its paces down the back straightaway. Santos hot on his tail right behind him.
Of course, last night in the heat race, Santos was able to get by his teammate rather easily, but we know his teammate or not. Right now, it's kind of the war out there, so they're going to stick it to each other, making them work hard to get around. Dave McKnight Jr. opens it up to about a 10-car length lead. He is rocketing around this racetrack.
Yeah, the only battle for position out there right now is between the number 9 and the 97 of Bobby Santos III and Robbie Summers.
And their teammates, I don't think they're going to beat each other up.
Santos is all over the back bumper of Robbie Summers. He gets in the corner real good. Santos trying to figure out a way to get off the corner, slides that car as they come off of turn number 3. That has been the trouble spot all night for a lot of these drivers, Doug. Turn 3, you cannot get that much forward bite. It's real easy to get the car sideways when you lay back in the throttle coming off the corner.
Well, you know, it's one of those things that we talked about, because you got 3 distinctive turns around here that give you 3 different characteristics. If you set the car up to be good in 1 and 2, you may have to give up some in 3. If you get it good in 3, you may have to give up some in 1 and 2 in order to achieve what you need to do.
Laps in the book, halfway to go. That finds the leader, number 94, Dave McKnight Jr. out in front. Then it's the number 32 of Doug Didero. Charlie Schultz, 3rd spot. Rob Summers and Bobby Santos round out the top 5. Mike Lichty right behind him. Mark Samet in the 7th position.
Well, Dave McKnight Jr. now 30 laps in. He is starting to show some heat to the field.
Your leader is coming down the front straightaway right now. We're going to pick up the number 94 of Dave McKnight Jr. McKnight still with a half straightaway advantage over Doug Didero. Didero has a half straightaway advantage over Charlie Schultz, and also Charlie Schultz has the same advantage over Howie Lane. Oh, car spun off of turn number 3. Caution flag flies. Doug Didero running in the 2nd spot. Looped it coming off of turn 3.
Well, we've seen a leader go. We've seen a 2nd place man go. I'm not sure. I'm starting to scratch my head and go, do you want to run up front here?
I don't know, it's becoming a case of nobody wants to lead tonight, and when you do run up front, something happens. Tough break for Doug Didero. He came off the corner, and you know what, that car just snapped sideways so quickly, it was really tough to tell what happened. Don't know if something broke, don't know if he hit anything, or he just got plain loose.
Derek's starting to think.
Up on this machine, so they're just waiting to drop the jack. Should be getting pushed away here in just a second, but a left rear
wide right rear tire and a 15-inch wide left rear tire. A lot of the weight on the left side of these cars. They have about 68 to 70% left side weight. That is a lot, especially when you need to. Well, folks, are going to go back to green flag action. Dave McKnight Jr. leads the way in that Patco Transportation sponsored race car. Summers, Bobby Santos, the fifth spot is Mike Lichty. Here we come off turn number 3. Green flag flies once again. Charlie Schultz looked at the inside of McKnight, but did not make the pass. Schultz once again pivots that car, gets a little sideways. Lichty now tries to go around the top side of Santos. He's going to get it done and come to 4th. Now Lichty trying to go to the top line around Robbie Summers. Loses a bit of ground, wiggles that car just a little bit. Good battle out there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Mike Lichty hunting down the 97 of Robbie Summers, trying to throw it up on the outside of him, and the door closes coming off of 3. Look at Mike Lichty up on the top side of Robbie Summers trying to make that move. These cars don't have mirrors, folks, so Mike Lichty has got to get the move done quick to show Robbie Summers he's on the outside of him. Lichty trying desperately to dive in. There he goes. He's up on the high side of Summers. Summers now gives him, oh, one car breaks on the front straightaway. The 97 of Robbie Summers broke a left rear tire and axle. Don't know if he had the same problem that Doug Didero did. The 85 of Russell rolling past with smoke coming out the back of that car. More like steam coming out of that car. Robbie's long slider down the front stretch.
You picked a fine time to leave me loose, wheel.
Don't sing. Don't
sound up through the thing, man.
Yeah.
It went quarter lap around.
That wheel did take a long ride. Robbie
And it stayed
Summers,
right up on the wall.
Robbie Summers.
Take a walk with me here. I can't too far out. Robbie, happened awful quick. No time to react or nothing. Tell us what your thoughts were going through.
Something must have been going. It got loose there the last 2 laps, and then the wheel came off. It's just a typical day for me this year, man. It's been a horrible year.
And of course, you've had an up and down season, and just caps it off. No contact really with the inside wheel. You got to be thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row we broke a wheel or something. I guess I'm glad this year's over. It's been horrible.
All right, that's right.
Well, our one driver that was from the West is parked on pit road right now. That's the number 85 of Jeff Russell. Tough from Ohio out there. Some of the guys from the East Coast. Green flag flies. Dave McKnight picks up the throttle. We're back underway.
Bobby Santos III finds himself in that 4th spot now. He starts to work his way back up, and again, he's got 16 laps, and we got a spinner on the back.
Caution in turn number 2. Caution in turn number 2. Looks like the 77 of Tim Ice has gone around now. You have a lot of stagger in the car. It will loosen up the car. The way to take that out, a real quick change, of course, air pressure. But when the tires get hot, that air pressure builds back up again.
There'll be 1 to go. In the 14 is currently in 4th, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 92 of Larry Leonard.
Green flag flies. The 7 of Schultz left the bottom open. Mike Lichty tried to take advantage of it. Schultz slammed the door in his face on the restart. Keep an eye on that white number 84 of Mike Lichty. That's the teammate to your leader. Lichty driving that Patco Transportation sponsored entry, and Mike Lichty has really been doing it the hard way, making his moves on the outside.
Only problem is with these super modifieds is you may run out of room, where in a lot of other full body cars you got some room up there to do a little bit of racing. I agree with you. He is definitely looking to do it the hard way. But you see Schultz is starting to move his line back up into a higher groove, taking it away from him.
And that's when Mike Lichty now goes to the bottom. He gets underneath Schultz going into turn one. Schultz overhauls him on the top line of the speedway. When you run down low, you scrub off a lot of speed, and that's what allowed Schultz to get past. Lichty still runs in the third position.
You'll have to set him up, and that's what you have to do a lot with these super late models. If you got to set the pass up, you just can't come up on somebody and blow by them. You kind of got to maneuver and set it up and make the move at the right time in order to keep your position.
Well, Lichty is really pushing the issue on the top line of the track. Now he's side by side with Schultz. Schultz has got to give him the room. Drag race down the back straightaway, diving into turn three. Lichty looks like he's going to get the spot this time, and now he'll pull away from the 7 of Charlie Schultz. It's a fight of the teammates at the front of the field. That looks like the break that Mike Lichty needed, because it looks like the 7 of Schultz was holding him up.
Well, it does. Schultz was doing everything he could to hang on to that spot. One more positions, a few more dollars. Now the question is, can Lichty get up to his teammate, Dave McKnight Jr., and wrestle it away? He's going to have 8 laps to do it in, as we got 42 complete with 8 to go.
Well, it looks like with each and every lap that clicks by, the number 84 of Mike Lichty is slowly catching the 94 of Dave McKnight Jr. McKnight continues to lead his teammate. Right behind him is the 84 of Mike Lichty. And look how fast Lichty closed up on him in just a matter of a lap and a half. Lichty is right up to the back bumper of Dave McKnight Jr. McKnight flies down the back straightaway with Lichty in tow. Other battles going on out on the speedway between the 92 of Larry Leonard and the 78 of Mark Samet. But all eyes are at the front of the field right now. Mike Lichty trying to run down his teammate, Dave McKnight. Contact with your
Teammates
leaders.
getting into each other. That'll tell you that nothing's sacred here.
Contact with the leader. The two Patco Transportation team cars get together. Mike Lichty has really been forcing his way up on the high side. He was trying to do the same thing to Dave McKnight Jr. So there is only 2 more laps to go. Mike Lichty, if he's going to do something, he better get it done in a hurry, because right now they're coming up on some lap traffic. Don't know if they're going to catch Tim Ice and the number 3 of Randy Birch, but we're going to see what happens. Oh, Lichty white walls the right side tire, so that's going to cause him to lose ground. And coming off of turn number 3, Dave McKnight Jr. takes down the win in the East-West Super Modified Shootout.
Mike Lichty's going to finish in the second spot. Coming across the rest of the way is going to be that 7 machine of Charlie Schultz, finishing in the 3rd spot.
Is this good? And Dave McKnight starting to climb from the machine. And I guess you could say he's out. How about it, folks? Round of applause for Dave McKnight. As he wins the 2nd edition of the East-West Shootout here at Concord Motorsport Park. Can breathe a sigh of relief now. What a show. Kind of cruising along there all your lonesome. Tell us about the middle stages when you're out on a Sunday drive versus the end of that race when your teammate was throwing fits at you.
Well, you know, that's racing. You know, car owner's great, Brad and Patco, and you know, when we're in the pits working together, we're teammates. We're on the racetrack, each to his own, and you know, the whole team did a great job today. Mike did a good job. He's going for the win. That's what it's about. That's why we're here.
I know heat cycles are a big thing with these Hoosier tires, and you had to cycle them quite a bit here tonight with the number of cautions that you did have. Seemed like you were awful loose the last 5 or 6 laps swinging up off the turns. Tell us how you hold on.
Yeah, well, it looks like we have a little bit of a rear end leak there, and we're probably dumping a little bit of oil on ourselves, but you know, it's just one of those things. Just tried to be nice to the gas pedal. You got so much horsepower, and you know, you just light the place up. But you know, DJ was definitely quick. You know, whether he would have come back to us or not, who knows. But hey, a win's a win. We'll take it any way we can.
And of course, bragging rights going back with the East Coast this year. Tell us about some of the sponsors that help keep you involved here in racing.
Well, Patco Motorsports also a big player in this, and I'd like to thank Johnny Benson for his help, and there's just a whole bunch of people. I'd like to thank all the fans for coming out. I think it's great. Hopefully we can come back next year, and hopefully our car count's up, and we'll put a big show on for everybody that's here.
All right, folks, that's Dave McKnight Jr., winner of the second edition of the East-West Shootout here at Concord Motorsport Park.